Hello, Internet! It's your boy Winger75 here for some more fun and games, specifically Cemetery Mary. It's been about a week, maybe 2 weeks. My rage is finally worn out. So time to get mad at fucking Reginald again. Why? Why am I doing this to myself? God alone knows why I'm doing this to myself, but here we are! Oh boy. Alright, let's just get into this. Reginald? Did you get lost? I noticed you're on Earth earlier. Is everything alright? Oh, um, actually, I'm not alright. Oh? What's wrong? Oh, we moved it. Okay. I, I don't know. I started feeling really sick today. I'm all woozy and dizzy, and my head feels like it's throbbing. I don't know why. Oh dear. I'm so sorry. Would you like me to drive you home? Oh, that. No, 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 no. It's okay. Are you sure? How are you gonna get home then? No, no, it's fine. I'll be fine. Absolutely? Because you don't sound all that okay. I think, I think I just need to lie down somewhere. Can I lay down at your place? Oh boy. Or can you help me to the bus stop? Reginald, take me to your house. Actually, I'm sorry to intrude, but do you think I can lie down at your place for a while? I think I'll be okay to go home after I just rest a little somewhere. Yes, yes, of course. Here, let's get you out of here. Reginald and I quickly and quietly exited the church together. Even though we were getting further from the coffin, the immense pressure I felt from standing next to it didn't seem to fade any. In fact, it almost seemed to be getting worse, regardless of my distance from it. I felt bad and a little weird about going to Reginald's place like this, especially after what Twyla said about him being a suspect. Thinking of that didn't help my attitude towards going through with it at all, but it seemed like it was my only choice. But it was fine. I'd been alone with Reginald before, and he never did anything to make me think he was dangerous. I had my phone on me too if I needed it, in case of an emergency. I really needed to lie down somewhere. Not necessarily sleep, but just lie down. I crawled into Reginald's car with him. It smelled like one of those old pine fresheners, but there wasn't any hanging from his rearview mirror. Don't worry, Mary, we'll be there soon. And don't be afraid to ask for anything on the way either. You, you really are starting to look sick. I didn't know what he meant by that, but I didn't really have the energy to ask about it. The world around me felt like it was spinning. I hoped I wouldn't throw up again in Reginald's car, and I really hoped that I wouldn't need to go to the hospital or anything like that. I probably should have paid more attention on the drive to Reginald's apartment, but in the state I was in, it was very hard to. Nothing really looked quite as it should. Everything we passed just seemed to meld together into shapes. My head was killing me. I don't remember how long we even drove for. I just remember Reginald parking his car and helping me out to the other side. He let me lean against his shoulder. Oh boy, she looks like she's dying. He let me lean against his shoulder as he brought me in through the front door. The elevator is broken, so we're gonna have to take the stairs. I hope that's alright. That that's fine. Reginald Princess, carry me, you fucking idiot. It won't be that long, okay? Just a little further. Reginald brought me up the stairs and helped me up them one by one. Oh, brought me to the stairs. Oops. Somehow it felt the most difficult task in the world. Like I couldn't even focus moving my own 2 feet. I didn't understand anything that was happening. I really, I really just needed to lie down. As we ascended the stairs, I felt someone else coming down from the upper floor. I didn't think much of it until they stopped us on one of the landings. What? Oh jeez. Reginald! There you are! Oh my goodness. Who's this? Reginald, is this your lady friend? I'm sorry, you'll need to get out of the way. Please, it'll be really quick. Can't you see I'm busy right now? Come on, you can't tell me you don't notice it too. And when I try to talk to Miss Sherwood about it, she doesn't answer me. Have you heard anything from her? I knew I knew she was mad to begin with. No, I knew she was mad I was late on the rant, but tell me. I told you already, I'm busy. Kindly move out of the way. No! I felt a shove past the poor lady. Felt bad for her, but I also felt as though I could barely walk anymore. I really, really hoped I wouldn't throw up again. And then at some point, we were no longer on the staircase. I heard Reginald take out his keys and unlock his door. Well, here we are. I know it's not much, but I hope it'll do. Ah, but you're unwell. I shouldn't ramble. I like this effect on the screen. It's darkening. Not perfectly darkening, it's edge darkening. It's great. Here, why don't we lie you on the couch? Watch some TV. I'll start some tea. Maybe it'll help you feel better. Okay, thank you. I almost collapsed into his couch the second I was close to it. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just needed to relax. I tried to listen to what he told me. Watch TV. Maybe if I could just distract myself like that. Oh god, she looks real badly off. Oof. I reached over to his coffee table and turned the TV on. I fumbled for the channel buttons, trying to put on something calm. Maybe a cooking show or a house show or something like that. Then I stumbled upon a channel I hadn't seen before. The screen went all static. At first, I thought the TV just lost connection. This reminds me of the book. That's not good. But even when I fiddled with the remote, nothing changed. When I hit the power button, it didn't turn off. Oh god. Even though it was static, I could hear something. I could still hear something. Oh boy. But I felt too dizzy, it was hard to listen. There were words. It was almost like I could tell it was talking to me. Like it was trying to tell me something. Oh great, that looks like an eye now. This is the pupil, iris, cornea, eyes. See the shape? That's fun. But even trying my hardest, I just couldn't focus on it. As if I was in some sort of bizarre dream. It was all hazy, swirling around and around in my head. I just needed to lie. Reginald, why didn't you kill me in my sleep? Good morning, sleepyhead. Or, well, evening rather. Reginald, what happened? You fell asleep, what else? You must have been feeling awfully sick. Are you feeling any better? Oh, yes, actually. I think so. I was feeling a bit better. My head still hurt, but I wasn't anywhere near as dizzy as I was before. I'm glad your nap helped you then. Unfortunately, I had to dump your tea. Got a bit too cold. But I have no problem making you another cup if you like. Oh, that's alright. Hey, wait. The TV? Did you hear it earlier? Hmm? Hear what? The TV. It was making a bunch of strange noises. What do you mean? The TV was off when I came over to sit with you. Oh, I must have just been dreaming then. Sorry for falling asleep on your couch, I didn't mean to. Why are you apologizing? You feeling sick, it's quite alright. I'm sure you would let me do the same if our situations were reversed. Wait, you said good evening earlier. What time is it? Check the time. Oh goodness. It was getting so late. Was I really asleep that long? I stood up from Reginald's couch and told him I really ought to get going. I thanked him once again for helping me so much. Of course! Hopefully we can see each other again soon. Maybe at a time when you aren't feeling so sick? I made my way quickly and carefully down the stairs, hoping to catch the next bus on time. I noticed the closer I got to the bottom, the more it started to smell. It was less than pleasant. I guess that's what the neighbor lady wanted to ask Reginald about. Reginald got pretty mad at her, didn't he? I tried not to let it affect my opinion of him too much. After all, it sounded like he was really just worried about me. If I looked as sick as I felt, then well, I'd be worried too. Luckily, I caught the bus on time. Got on safe, walked home safe, made it home safe. And then, followed my usual routine after that. Can I sleep tonight? I'd like to go to bed quickly tonight if that's alright. That's alright. You are never under obligation to contact me every night. I know, but I feel like I have to. Do you? I do. Why is that? Because if I don't, I'm scared I'll never hear about my parents again. I'm scared you stop responding. I'm scared you stop responding. Is that so? If you disappear, I think that'd be awful. To never know what happened. I see. Then I will try not to. I'm sorry, what? Don't say you'll try not to, say you won't, you fucking idiot. Didn't you say you'd like to go to bed quickly? Why don't you get some rest? Good night, Mary. The next days following, I didn't feel so great. I must have caught something that day, but I wasn't aware there was anything going around. Maybe it was just a bad cold. Um, with black, slimy, sparkly vomit. I don't think so. I don't know. I just couldn't help but feel so sick. It wasn't as extreme as the first day, but I still felt so horrible. I was so terribly dizzy. My head was always throbbing. I would try to just nap it off, but I couldn't stay asleep for long. Though sometimes I would just pass out anyways. I wish I knew why I was sick, but I didn't really want to go to the doctor just yet. Hopefully, if I waited a while, it would just pass on its own. That's how it usually works anyways. So here I'll sit. I just hope I'll have the energy to get up, in me to get up later. Cause sitting here, I'm not feeling too hot. I heard familiar footsteps thumping down the stairs, and turned into this room. Corbin! Psst, Mars. You awake? Yeah, I'm up. Okay, just wanted to make sure. I'm gonna head up for a little, alright? What? It's just for a little, okay? I'll be back before you know it. Corbin, please don't leave. I'm sick. I know, Mary, I know. But this is important, right? What if I need something? What if I pass out again? Come on, Mars. You're not that bad. Besides, it's not like I could really do much for you. I... You know I don't like to be left alone when I'm sick. I know, but like I said, this is important. It's more important than me. Mars, don't play that card with me. Do you really need me to say that badly? It would mean a lot to me, but rationally I'll be okay. Am I sure? No, yes, okay. You said it's important, right? So you can go. I am not that bad. Alright, thanks, Mars. I'll make it up to you later, promise. Proven left out the door shortly after that. Honestly, I wanted to spend more time with Proven, but this will work. Then I was all alone again. Pulled out my phone to give me something to do. The light felt so bright, like it was stinging me. Even when I turned it to the lowest brightness, it still hurts. The words and images on it looked almost blurry. It was hard to focus on it. I went into my contacts and hit the call button. I didn't know if he would even answer, but it was worth a shot, right? Why am I calling Reginald? Reginald, you dick! Hello? Hi. Mary, are you feeling alright? You still sound quite sick. Yeah, I'm okay. Well, actually, I'm not. I still am pretty sick, but it's not as bad as before. That's good then. I hope this is alright to say, but you sound upset. Is everything okay? Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a little lonely, I guess. Felt. I don't know. I'm sorry I just called you out of the blue like this, though. Uh, did she say haha? Yeah, she said haha. I don't know what I was thinking. Sorry if I bothered you or something. Don't say that! You're not a bother. Thanks. Sorry, I don't know. I guess it's just because I'm so sick. I don't know what to do with myself. My cousin was just here, but he left. So I'm just feeling, I don't know. I didn't want to be alone. I'm sorry. It sounds really silly when I say it out loud. Oh? Huh? I'm really sorry someone would just up and leave you like that. Oh no, it's not like that. I'm okay. It's really not that big of a deal. Really. I mean, I don't know. I say I don't know a lot, don't I? But I just wanted to talk, I guess. I completely understand. Tell me about whatever you like, I don't mind. You're not busy or anything? Nope. I was just reading. What are you reading? Oh, it's just some silly mystery novel. I'm a little halfway through. Could you read it out loud if that's alright? Why? I just think it'd be nice, I don't know. Like, I won't feel like I interrupted you by calling. Besides, you have a nice voice too, you know? Yeah, I am sorry. The fact that there exist people who want me to read books aloud and record myself amazes me. And like, I wish I had the like motivation to do that. But also, what book would I read? If anyone wants me to read a book, let me know. I might make a YouTube video out of it, or I might just release an audiobook. Who knows? But if anyone's interested, give me a book to read. Let's see how that goes. I can picture you making audiobooks or something. Case in point. That's the first time I've heard that. Is this my debut? Maybe. Are you sure you want me to read it to you though? You might get spoilers if you want to read it yourself. And you don't have any context for any sort of events. I think it'll be really nice. It might help distract me from being sick too. I mean, unless of course you don't want to or anything. Oh, please! I'd love to. Now, where was I? Here you are. But things still didn't add up. If he was truly dead at 5, then how could he have been there at 6? Who were they trying to fool? I rested my eyes as Reginald read his book to me. I liked listening to it, even if I didn't remember a lot of it. Yeah, that is real. I've had people do this on me. It was nice. And lasted for a while too. But eventually Reginald sat there. Oh shit. No, Reginald said there was another call coming in and he told me he had to take it. So I let him go after that. Sadness. Might as well have happened. It was just about dinner time. Corbin still wasn't home though. I wasn't sure if I should prepare anything for him. I decided not to. I was sick after all. I didn't want to get him sick too. So I mustered the strength to make dinner for myself. Before I knew it, the sun had started to set outside. And so I trudged my way upstairs, getting ready for bed. I hoped I'd be able to sleep the whole night this time. But of course, I just couldn't be that simple. Even in my sick state, I still had to talk to, well, you know. I know you want to message me. Oh? You beat me to the punch. You mentioned you were feeling unwell the other night. So please, give tonight a rest and go to bed. I might actually listen to you for once. Do take care if it gets too serious. I'm fine. I will. Bleh. Please do. We worry about you. We? Who's we? This is my parents. My parents kidnapped them. Wait, no, my bad. I forgot. I almost forgot the lore. It's Nana. Fucking Nana kidnapped my parents. God, jeez, Nana. Grandma, why? Good night, Mary. Mary realized, damn it, it's been a few days. I'm feeling a lot better, so I'm glad I didn't catch anything too serious. But how sick I felt really got me wondering, especially with that coffin. There was something about it. I had to know more. Although it's too late for me to get to it now, but I was overcome with the desire to know what had been making me feel so strange about it. Even if I couldn't get to that coffin again, there was still a place I could go. I found myself back at that church. I felt uneasy walking in, but I didn't feel sick anymore. The atmosphere in here was no longer heavy, at least not as heavy as it had been before. I still felt oh, I still felt some sense of pressure. I was just thinking to myself I should apologize to being wrong about the pressure and that wasn't what she was feeling. But no, yeah, I am right. It just she was also sick at the time. But the pressure is real. But it was nowhere near as bad as it had been. It didn't feel great to walk into a church and immediately feel like something was wrong. There had to be someone I could talk to in here. Where is confessional? I walked through the halls. There were no services today, so there was nobody really. I wandered about the long halls with the tall walls. Something about walking through a building like this definitely silent. I'm feeling a sense of pressure. Well, it just didn't feel quite right. Eventually, though, I made it to a room with someone in it. A priest standing at the far end. Getting closer, I recognized them as being the same from the funeral service. Maybe they could help me then. I lightly coughed as I approached closer to alert them of my presence. They looked up to speak to me. You! Ah, may I help you? Oh, yes, actually. I just, it's hard to explain, but, I don't know. I just need some help. Help's here for you. What do you need help with? Well, I was here for a funeral service not long ago, and when I was here, I started feeling not that great. Even now, I don't feel like I should. I don't feel like I think I should. Oh, well, yeah. That's, a symptom of depression. The strangest thing is when you're depressed and you know you should be happy because you're doing something that brings you joy, like a hobby or something, but you don't feel that happiness, and it's just like, what is wrong with me? And the correct answer is both nothing and you're depressed. Because you're depressed, and that's fine. You just need to know to not hold yourself accountable for the way you're feeling, or that, you know, just because you're feeling a bit under the weather because of your depression. And I'm not saying like depression is the cause of anything. It's just like the diagnosis. It's just like I have this thing, and yes, it's causing me to be depressed, but it's also there for a reason. Because depression isn't always random. Some people like to act like it is, and you can just walk it off. But no, depression. People get depressed for reasons, and those reasons make things complicated. Anyways, enough talk about that. I'm by no means an expert. I'm just really, really experienced. And well, my life in general hasn't been taking the best of turns lately. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is really stupid, but I guess I'm wondering, is someone upstairs mad at me? Is everything happens for a reason? Is someone trying to contact me? Um, no, God is not mad at you, my child. Yes, everything does happen for a reason. Someone trying to contact. This is an interesting choice. Would you be able to know? Now, no. It's quite alright. Even if you feel confused now, I'm sure the light of your situation will reach you soon. Remember when I was talking about depression a moment ago? I couldn't help but notice the shadows. light from the window being obscured, just hitting the back of this person, which is causing a shadow to fall on Mary. And this line, the writers did a good job with this one. It's well done. God loves all their children, very much so. Ought to use the word their and not his, but okay. That includes you. So, there is no reason to worry. Unless, of course, you've done something wrong. What? No, of course not. I mean, I don't think I've done anything wrong. Are you sure? Perhaps you should look over your actions. Sometimes it is easy for us to overlook all we have done wrong. Mm, there is a wisdom to this, but there's also a lot of like, salt. Like I would say, take this with a grain of salt. Except don't take it with a grain of salt. Take it with like a pound of salt, because you know it's easy to do something that other people consider wrong, even if you don't realize it yourself. So it's just hard. As long as you can justify your actions and why you did things, and as long as those actions are not to intentionally hurt someone, then typically you're doing the right thing. And I'm not trying to say that to get anyone out of anything they did, because there's a lot of things you can do, think you're right, and justify yourself, but they're not right, and you should have known better, or someone should have realized and corrected you. But then again, I've just been watching too much Noragami Arabuta recently. I don't know why. I felt the need to rewatch the scene, well, a particular scene from that show. If you haven't watched it, watch Noragami, then watch the season 2, which is Noragami Arabuto, and around episode 5 or 6. Probably 5. You'll understand exactly what I mean. And quite frankly, you can just watch Arabuto episode 5, and you'll know what I mean from context clues. Perhaps that is why God must be treating you in such a way. Are you trying to say God did this to me? I'll take God out myself! What? No. To remind you of what needs to be done. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? I am innocent. What do you want me to do? I feel like I've been saying that a lot recently. I see. Maybe there's something I can do better. We can always do better. That's not what I meant. But do not fret. As I have said, God loves all children, and that includes you. Sometimes love may be tough, but the point will get across in the end. Yes, you are correct. Is there anything more you'd like to ask about? I want to ask about heaven, angels, deaths. There are no more questions. Can I ask about all these things? Angels. People talk about guardian angels a lot. I have to wonder, are they real? Do they help me stray from harmful paths? Does everyone have one? Do I have one? That depends. Do you believe that you do? I want to ask about... Ah, heaven. What about heaven? Do people always go to heaven when they die? Not necessarily, but I'm sure you know that. Right, let me rephrase it. Does everyone go somewhere when they die? Certainly. Right, I figured as much. Death. What happens to people when they die? Like exactly, if you know that. What is the process like? Their soul departs from their body and travels someplace new. Where they end up depends on how they lived. Do they know? Know what? When someone dies, do they know that they are dead? Yes. I imagine they would know quite well. I see. Well, I think that's it for the questions. Thank you for your assistance. Of course. Please do not feel scared. You coming here and itself proves to me that you do not wish to be a bad person. I am sure God has a plan for you. Do not stress about the outcome. It is in their hands now. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much. I exited the church shortly after. I wasn't quite sure how to feel. I didn't feel I didn't quite feel like I got the answers I was looking for. Well, no, Mary, you didn't. The pressure began to lift off my shoulders once again, once I was out the doors. But I still just couldn't shake the feeling of there being something more to all this. Something I was missing. I decided to head to the library. Maybe I could look at some books. Not necessarily about religion, but maybe stuff about omens or signs. Because if there really was a sign, I didn't want to miss it. So I made my way to the library as briskly as I could, and started taking out book after book after book to see what might help me with all this. I was sure that I'd be able to at least find something, even if something small is better than nothing. Ah, even something small. Blah, blah. I picked up a few books and sat myself down in the corner to read them. I must say though, I couldn't really understand most of it. I tried very hard too. Oh, that's adorable. But lots of it just didn't make sense to me. Still though, I didn't want to leave without finding something out. Surely one of these books had to help me. Read passage of luck, curses, omen, wishes. Can I read them all? I want to read about wishes. What is it that you wish? Is it a desire? Perhaps it is even a need. People wish for many things. Every day, all the time. Whether it is out of what we want or out of necessity. Do you truly believe a wish can come true, no matter how nonsensical it seems? They say there are many ways for a wish to come true. Many wish on shooting stars, or the first star they see come nightfall. Many wish upon dandelions, or by blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. But make no mistake, a wish is best burned. Burned? A burned wish is bound to come true. At the very least, it has the closest chance. The next time you must wish, try burning it. The results may not be what you imagined, but they are almost sure to come true. A burned wish. The manga had that weird writing in it. All this started happening after I burned that book. Maybe whoever left that there left stuff in other books. I put the book down and rushed quietly to the manga shelf. A burned wish comes true? I wondered. Was it someone's wish that I burned? Or maybe I set off a curse in its place. If I burned it, did that wish come for me too? I eventually made it to the shelf I was looking for. Mostly all the set was there. Maybe whoever wrote in that book wrote more than the rest? I took out a book and hurriedly skimmed through the pages. I didn't even care about the spoilers I might get by doing so. When that book had nothing in it, I tried another, then another, and then one of the books fell off the shelf. It surprised me just a bit, and sounded especially loud in the quiet library. As I went to squat down and pick it up, I noticed it had opened itself. On the page was a cemetery of all things. But even stranger, there was a slip of paper that had found its way onto the book as well. Hurt my throat. Was this left by the same person who had left such a mess in the other book? I picked it up and began to read the note that was left. People are never gone forever. I promise you this statement is true. There is no such thing as a departed soul. Not anymore. I will not regret this decision, but I must live knowing the truth of it. Not because no one will listen, but because it will leave me lonely for a long, long time. That's okay. It doesn't really feel lonely, even when it does. In fact, it's kind of fun. I wonder how much I will be able to see before it is over. That is, if he ever intended for this to have an ending to begin with. It makes me wonder how many variations I will see. See, if you're reading this, and I know you are, why don't you tell me? I'd love to hear your side. The note ended there. I'm I'm not entirely sure what it means. I couldn't really understand any of it. I'm sure I'm missing a whole story behind it, but whoever wrote it, I hope you know that I'm listening, and I hope you won't be lonely for long, because nobody should ever have to be lonely. I left the library after that. It couldn't be a coincidence that the manga just happened to open to a page with a cemetery on it, so I decided I would check there for anything new or suspicious, any kind of sign. I spent a while there, going down the rows, inspecting each grave for something new, something different, a letter that changed or a color that shifted, anything. And then I happened upon it, in the way back of the cemetery, right before the iron fence, where the cemetery ends and the forest begins. There was a new grave there, a grave I had never seen before, and I would know, because I've seen them all. Oh boy. It had a strange writing on it, unlike any language I had ever seen before. Was it a code? But why would someone have coding on their grave? There was something weird about it, and the closer I got to it to inspect it, I began to feel nauseous. It was just like that at the church. At the funeral, it made me feel dizzy, just a little bit. It was as if a strange pressure was emanating from it. That was still the best word I could use to describe it. Just pressure. I really didn't want to get sick again, but this headstone, it was so curious. It it had to be related to the rest of all this. It had to be. I wanted to inspect it more, but by that point I had been out all day. I knew the cemetery would be closing soon and I couldn't stay for long. Not to mention I was very tired. I'd been running around all day and it was finally starting to catch up to me. This weird headstone starting to make me dizzy again didn't help any either. I decided that I would head home, try to make sense of it all tomorrow. After all, it's not like a grave would be going anywhere. So I packed up and headed home. It would probably do me good to get some rest. My head was spinning with so many strange concepts after all. I followed my usual routine, the one I'd always follow when I got home. And well, you already know what comes next. I know I usually try to ask you things, but I had a long day, so I'll probably go to bed soon. Besides, it isn't like you'll suddenly decide to open up about anything, right? I'm afraid not. That's what I figured. If I could ask anyways, just really quickly. Yes? Are you still coming to me? I think you already know the answer to that. Is it soon? Good night, Mary. Ah, jeez. Ow. Why is my throat killing me? One sec. Following morning, I had been digging through the fireplace. I had hoped that, well, maybe the manga I burned by accident could help provide me more insight. Even if it was set on fire, there was still a chance there'd at least be some salvageable parts, right? Please, just something. I'll take anything. It's worthless. It's all burned out. Even when I try to pick up a tiny scrap that could be something, it just turns to ash in my hands. Guess I won't be getting anywhere from. Guess I won't be getting any more use from that book. Just then, Corbin stepped in. He was able to walk past me before I called out to him. Corbin! Yeah? Where are you going? I'm going out. That isn't exactly an answer. It is. Is it important again? Yeah. Who wants to know? Sorry. I just wanted to ask if you might help me with this. Since you're going out anyways, maybe. Wait a second. No, 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 no. Fix that. How did I fuck up the screen? Better? Maybe we could. Okay. Maybe when I get home. This is something I have to do by myself. When will you be home? Later. Corbin walked out the door shortly after that. He still didn't tell me where he was going. I was about to leave the house myself, but if I go out now, it might look like I was following him again or something. I didn't want to upset him. I figured I'd just stay here and play with the suit for a while. But then, my phone went off. I checked the notification. It was a message from Reginald! Oh god. Talk about perfect timing. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. That doesn't look as cool as it did in my head. My sincerest apologies. I'm sorry. I wanted to ask, are you not here today? Huh? Am I not where? The cemetery, of course. It is a bit cloudy today, but I figured you might want to be here before any rain started. Oh, you're there right now? Indeed I am. No real reason for it, I was just passing by. Thought I might see you if I stopped in, though I suppose not today. That's okay. Well, actually, I was gonna head into town pretty soon and visit the cemetery myself. I just wanted to check on some things here there, that's all. There's been a lot of stuff happening that I'm trying to organize. Oh? I'll just wait for you here then. What? Don't be silly. Even if I leave right now, it'll still be a while before I actually make it there. I don't mind waiting. I mean, are you sure? Don't you have something better to do? Oh, that sounds really rude of a text. I'm sorry. No worries. I think I'll still be here a while. Maybe I'll be here when you come on down. I guess we'll see. Well, alright then. I'll leave in a few. Guess I'll maybe see you there? I guess you maybe will. I tidied myself up, made sure I had everything, and then walked out from the cabin, waiting for the next bus into town. I wondered on the way there, if Reginald would still be waiting for me once I made it. I mean, I suppose I had no reason to doubt it. I just don't understand why he would want to wait for me. Surely there are better ways he could be spending his time, especially if he's got a day off today. But maybe, if he is free, maybe he'd be willing to help me figure this out. The bus skidded to a stop at its usual station. I hopped off and walked into the direction of the cemetery. And before I knew it, I was walking past the familiar metal bars that led up to the cemetery gates. And as I looked past them into the cemetery, I noticed a familiar man with his long caramel hair coming out to greet me. Whoa, you're actually still here. Indeed I am. I told you I'd wait for you, didn't I? I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I'm just a bit surprised you're actually still here. I mean, I know I find the cemetery exciting, but I don't think many others share that same sentiment. Weren't you bored out here by yourself? Not at all. In fact, I think I've grown even fonder of it. Really? If I'm being completely honest, well, I think I've been visiting it a lot more because of you. Huh? It's hard to explain, but even when you're not here, it still feels like you are in a way. Like all the care you put into it. It really shows. Ah, but don't take that the wrong way. Even if the cemetery still gave off your vibe, or always gave off your vibe, I think I would much prefer the real deal. I simply like being reminded of you here. You, you like the cemetery because it reminds you of me? Indeedly so. I hope that isn't a strange thing to see. Reginald, that is an extremely weird thing to say. What the fuck, man? No, it's really nice actually. Of course, you made Mary blush. I've never heard anyone say something like that before. Thank you. Mary! I heard a familiar voice shout my name. They did not sound happy. Whose voice was that? Is it Twyla? I turned around to be greeted by. Yep, Twyla. I hadn't heard from her in a while. Yet despite this, she looked like she was fuming. Is this the reason you've been fucking ignoring me? Is this the reason you fucking been ignoring me? Ignoring you? I sent you at least 4 messages this past week asking you to help me, including this morning. Not one response back. Did you? I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, my phone must have glitched or something. Yeah, I was wondering why I wasn't seeing enough of Twyla. Cat! As if I've never heard that excuse before. I wasn't sure what to say. I didn't know what was going on. You know what, Mary? Fuck off. Mary, I thought you actually wanted to help me. But I guess I shouldn't expect to rely on anyone in this piece of shit city. I need to... real quick. What was the moment? What was the moment I decided to spend more time with Reginald? Was it here? No, this isn't it. Wouldn't be this. I guess calling? Wait, no, I called Croven. I was wondering about this. It's weird. This is like, we had the whole arc thing, basically, with Reginald. But I haven't had any contact with Twyla for a while. Like, I thought it was just a choice. Like, you know, I happen to be an original route, but I guess not. Or maybe I am. We'll see. This could be interesting. I guess I shouldn't expect to rely on anyone in this piece of shit city. Huh? What are you talking about? Shut up! Stop playing dumb. Wait, no, save. Alright. I'm not playing. What are you talking about? Please don't go. What are you talking about? Is that all you know how to say? I just told you to stop playing stupid. If you think I'm gonna fall for the act again, you got another thing coming. Can't believe this shit. If you're gonna pull off helping people just to play around with some boy toy, then at least be honest about it. What? Despite how I may appear, I'm not a mean person, Mary. But there's one thing I hate more than anything else. It's being disrespected. God, I just really hate flimsy, airheaded idiots like you. Here's hoping your precious little cemetery grows enough to fill the space in that empty head of yours. I could have sworn I heard heels slip away. Let me just, real quick. I'm not playing. I really don't know what you're talking about. I never got anything. I promise. Yeah, and I'm sure you never check your messages either, huh? How fucking stupid do you think I am? I'm gonna go with the I'm really not playing. I'm just kind of concerned, no? I ran off after that. I didn't know what else to do. Reginald called out after me, but I just kept running. I didn't want him to see me like this. I was so embarrassed. I wasn't even sure where I was going, just anywhere away from here. I couldn't stand there a second longer, so I'd run until it seemed like I was far enough away. Eventually, I turned into a small alley. tuck myself behind the trash can so no one could see me. And I just kept crying to it. Why stop doing this? Stop doing this. Oh look, here's Bill Cipher behind me, ready to pop me on the shoulder. You'll love to see it. The things Twyla said, I never even got any messages from her. I had no idea what she was talking about, but she wouldn't listen. Maybe, maybe it is my fault. I, I told her I would help her, and yet I never even reached out to her. Maybe she's right. She's not alright. What have I been doing this whole time? I started getting so wrapped up in this other stuff that before I could think about it much longer, I had my phone going off. Reginald was calling. I didn't pick up. The second it stopped ringing, I received a text message from him. Are you alright? Where did you run off to? This isn't good. Doesn't matter, I don't want to talk about it, please drop it. It doesn't matter. What are you talking about? Of course it matters. Please tell me where you went. Is it my fault that she got mad at you? No. 100% no. Well, actually kinda. He didn't kill me yet. No. It's not about you. It was my fault. It doesn't seem to be that way from the way she was talking. It sounded like I was an issue too. Please don't worry about it. I am worried! Regardless of what the situation was, I don't see any good reason for Twyla to yell at you like that. You know Twyla? Why do you know Twyla? Ah, I do actually. Small world, isn't it? I used to see her at the library quite a lot. Not so much anymore. When I did see her though, I will admit she wasn't always the most sociable. Although I'm upset to see how upset she got with you, I must admit I'm not surprised. Have you seen her get angry before? Not out loud, if that makes sense. Believe me, it does. But well, you could always tell with her. Very easily annoyed, I would say. She was polite, yes, but well, you could always see it in her eyes. So please don't take the thing she said personally. I'm sure she was just looking for an excuse to yell at somebody. And you just happened to be there. You think so? But I still messed up. So I can understand why she got mad. I think I would be mad at me too. Would you? Yeah? Maybe. I don't know. I don't like getting mad. And I try not to do it often. Unless it's like something important, I guess, I don't know. But that's not the point. I think she's valid to be upset with me. But does that mean you deserve to be yelled at also? Because I don't think it does. I mean, well, I don't know. Plans are thinking otherwise, I guess. But what do I do now? Are you still feeling upset? I mean, yeah. Well, one good tip I heard was that if you look at your surroundings and try to focus on them, it helps to distract you from what's bothering you. Why don't you just list them off to me? Really? Why are you trying to fucking stalk me? When you refused to kill me before? If I start describing my location, and this motherfucker shows up, I'm gonna kill him. Also, I was so into it I didn't realize time flew by. Let's just try this and be done with it. Poked my head up from the alley a bit, trying to focus on what was nearby. There wasn't a lot I could see, but still, I listed it off best I could. Reginald would ask questions in return about the stuff I mentioned, and it made me think about them more. I kept answering his questions about them. I was so focused on it that I started to forget what Twyla had said to me earlier. I was about to text Reginald back and tell him I still felt like that I felt like his little strategy was working when... Gotcha! Yeah, I knew he was coming. But that doesn't make it okay. God, Reginald. Why'd you have to stalk me to the alley, Reginald? You're a fucking piece of shit. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Yes, Reginald has spooked me once again. So you know what? This is where we leave the episode. Bye!